from Truth Social be the same? I'm joined now by Dan Primack, business editor for Axios, who specializes in the kind of market manipulations that we are seeing around Truth Social. Dan, great to have you. We have the former president. He sells a lot of stuff these days. There's golden sneakers, Bibles. How do you see Truth Social as an offering?
Probably not. I mean, yes, he lost $1 billion in one day, which was earlier this week when the financials came out. But right now, he's up $3.8 billion from where he was basically 8 days ago. That's pretty good for him. I mean, if you think about this, his stake right now in Truth Social is worth $3.8 billion on a company that makes $4 million in revenue a year. It's a multiple. Somebody asked me the other day where it should be trading. I mean, less, like way less. You don't see this sort of multiple in any other company.
Welcome to Live News, folks. We all know that wherever Donald J. Trump goes, headlines follow. But let's not forget, he's not the only one in the Trump clan making waves. Take Lara Trump, for example. Just recently, she dropped a new tune called Anything is Possible. On the same day, Queen Beyoncé blessed us with her country album. But wait, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Amidst all this musical hoopla, the spotlight also flickers on a mysterious billionaire, Don Hankey, who swooped in to save Trump with a staggering $175 million bond in a New York civil fraud case. Talk about a financial lifeline. But as we delve deeper, we uncover a twist in the tale. Trump Media and Technology Group, DJT, takes a hefty hit, with stocks plummeting a whopping 21%, following a report revealing a staggering $58.2 million net loss on meager $4.1 million revenue in 2023. Now, folks, here's the million-dollar question. What does this roller coaster ride of events mean for the Trump dynasty? Stick around as we dissect every juicy detail and piece together the puzzle of Trump's ever-swaying life.
A business built around the image of Donald Trump that in reality is bleeding cash like it's a rare Trump steak, consumed by headlines of criminal misconduct tied to illegal backroom deals and flooded by a barrage of lawsuits. The presumptive Republican presidential nominee has had a long and sordid business career, and what we're witnessing with Truth Social harkens back to a specific chapter in that career, one more than 2 decades ago. As we speak, Trump's accountants warn the social media company is on borrowed time due to huge money problems, leading people who cover finance to say stuff like this.
First of all, let's discuss about DJT. What do you think Trump is lucky enough to go through with all these current troubles related to DJT and will handle the current stock, huge plunged by 21%? Not even that, but DJT was down more than 5% as of 10:30 a.m. ET on Thursday. So, what is the future of the Trump and other stockholders in DJT? Trump is cunningly wise person, but we are talking about your investments now. You know, Trump works hard to get money for himself. Therefore, when investing in such a person's company, you want to be sure you are getting a fair return. Unfortunately, the structure of Trump Media removes the protections and assurances you have with most other publicly held companies. The reason is that Trump owns over 50% of the Trump Media stock, a controlling interest. Here is the description from the SEC filing just prior to the deal closing. Because TMTG security holders are expected to control a majority of the voting power of the outstanding Trump Media common stock, with President Trump beneficially owning at least 58.1% of the voting power of such New Digital World common stock. New Digital World will then be a controlled company, within the meaning of applicable rules of the NASDAQ global market upon the closing. According to John S. Tobey, a former Washington, D.C. CFA board member, under these rules, a company of which more than 50% of the voting power for the election of directors is held by an individual, group, or another company is a controlled company and may elect not to comply with certain corporate governance requirements. TMTG intends to rely on these exemptions upon consummation of the business combination. As a result, Trump Media's stockholders will not have the same protections afforded to stockholders of companies that are subject to all of the NASDAQ corporate governance requirements. According to the New York Times on June 11, 2016, the same happened with Trump in his bankrupted Atlantic City casinos, but still he managed to earn millions. He put up little of his own money, shifted personal debts to the casinos, and collected millions of dollars in salary, bonuses, and other payments. The burden of his failures fell on investors and others who had bet on his business acumen.
Investors want to bet on him again.
This is just the right time, and it's the right time for this industry.
The stock offering and a related junk bond deal raising nearly a quarter of
Coming back to the mysterious character of Don Hankey, who says that he has nothing connection with Trump, and the assistance of $175 million was purely a business deal, even though he voted for him in 2016. Would you believe it? Something suspicious out there, isn't it? Hankey explained why he put up the money, saying, "I heard that he needed a loan, and this is what we do." Really?
Case yesterday, Trump put up a $175 million bond so he could appeal his $454 million judgment. He's been searching for weeks for someone to put up the cash, and he finally found a company to agree to it. Knight Specialty Insurance, which is run by its chairman and 4-year-old who Freaky Friday'd with the CEO, Don Hankey. Hankey is kind of famous for taking on risky bets. In the insurance world, he's known as the king of subprime car loans. Yes, he's the king now, but one day the throne will return to its rightful heir, Lord Floppy Noodle. Hankey, we hail you, Lord. Hankey explained why he put up the money, saying, "I heard that he needed a loan, and this is what we do." Yes, this is what they do. You know their slogan, "Turned down by the banky? Don't get so cranky. Call me Don Hankey. You'll say, why, thanky. Don, good luck with the case about the porn star Spanky."
Don Robert Hankey, born June 13, 1943, is an American billionaire and founder of the Hankey Group, which makes most of its income from car loans. He has been called the Repo Man and King of the Subprime Car Loan. Hankey took over his father's Ford dealership in 1972 and built the Hankey Group, with its main business being Westlake Financial Services, which makes subprime car loans at high interest. The company was reported to repossess about 250 cars a day in 2015. As a regular donator, Don Hankey has donated to the Republican National Committee, such as his $33,400 donation in August of 2016, while acting chairman of NOWCOM, and a $1,590 donation to the Republican Party of Wyoming PAC during the same month. As of April 2024, he was reported to have a net worth of $7.4 billion. Hankey is the largest individual shareholder of Axos Financial, the company that refinanced former U.S. President Donald Trump's mortgages on Trump Tower in New York City and on Trump National Doral in Miami in 2022. He owns Knight Insurance Group and is chairman of Knight Specialty Insurance Company, which issued a $175 million bond that Donald Trump posted in April 2024 to stay enforcement of a judgment for $464 against him.
We want to turn to some breaking news now. Former President Donald Trump has secured a $175 million bond in his New York civil fraud case. Trump secured the bond through Knight Specialty Insurance Company. Last Monday, a panel of judges from New York's appellate division granted the former president, his adult sons, and 2 former Trump Organization executives a 10-day stay of the $464 million judgment in their civil fraud case and permitted them.
Time will disclose about this business deal. But don't forget the Diddy Friday called Anything Is Possible, dropped by Lara Trump on the same day. Queen Bey bless us with her country album, but that's where the musical comparisons end, but the social media goes nuts. The song is a very nasal follow-up to her much-maligned cover of Tom Petty's Won't Back Down. She said in a post on X, formerly Twitter, that was punctuated with emoji. A little something I had fun with over the winter, and a few more too that I'll save for a future date, special for my Yug fans in the liberal media. How bad was the reaction on social media? Well, no one is telling her to give up her day job at the RNC, even though she seems to be woefully unqualified for that gig. Only time will reveal the hidden facts about that business deal, the future of DJT stalkers, and at which level Lara Trump can compete with Queen Beyoncé. Thanks for your time, but before departing, make sure to subscribe to our channel.